This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
I'll never vote for Donald Trump, ever. He's utterly unfit to be president. He's a horrible human being. He's humanly incapable of empathy. He's a traitor and a criminal. You've heard me say this now for years. I'll never, ever vote for Donald Trump. But would I always vote for Joe Biden? No. No. Look, we all have our line. And I think every Democrat listening to me right now who's all in with Biden because he's the Democratic nominee. You're all in for Biden. You want him to win. You're all in for Biden because you like Biden. Whatever. I get that. I respect that. You're voting for Joe Biden. To every Democrat listening to me right now, you need to understand, I think, a couple things. To win in November, Joe Biden needs this uneasy coalition to stay together and come out and vote. Biden needs this uneasy coalition of never Trumpers, disaffected conservatives, center-right people who hate Trump, independent, centrist, center-left people, loyal Democrats, progressives, and far-left people. Joe Biden needs that huge coalition that locked arms in 2020 to get him elected. Biden needs them all to do the same thing this time around to beat Trump. Trump's got his voters, and they'll come out. His 74, 75, 76 million voters will come out. For Biden to win, to become president, meaning to win electorally, to get his 81 or 82 million that came out last time, but to get them out in the battleground states, he needs this huge coalition that doesn't agree on a lot, but that agrees that Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy. Biden needs us all to come out. Democrats listening to me right now, listen to me. I'm a never Trumper. I'm a never Trumper, Tea Party, conservative, libertarian, whatever you want to call me. I was all in with Biden 2020, and I'm all in with Biden right now. But listen to me. We all have a line that if Biden crosses that line, we can't support him. Speaking for myself, I'll never support Trump. But I have a line, if Biden crossed, I couldn't support him. By the way, just like those of you on the far left who've determined because of the way Joe Biden's behaving with Gaza and Israel, you're no longer going to vote for Biden, right? People on the left, the far left, the anti-Israel left have said that. Well, listen up. Us never Trumpers have a line too. And I know plenty of people who believe Joe Biden crossed that line yesterday when Biden said, I'm done. I won't send any more offensive weapons to Israel if they go into into Rafah. A clear signal that Joe Biden is not ironclad with Israel. I think it was a bad move. I'm disappointed in the move. I hope he takes it back. I'm still with Biden. But understand, I've heard from plenty of people in the middle. I've heard from plenty of never Trumpers. I've heard from plenty Jewish Democrats really in the last few weeks, but especially after yesterday, who have said, that's it. Biden crossed my line on Israel. He's no longer supportive of Israel. I'm voting for Trump, or I'm not voting for Biden. This matters. I personally think Biden's losing the middle. I think he's losing the center. I think he's trying so hard to appease his left flank, his anti-Israel left flank, and trying to create separation and distance between him and Israel. Joe Biden's losing the center. I know it because I hear it. And I'm not the only one that hears it. I don't come from the center. I come from the right. Biden hasn't lost me. And I'm super pro-Israel. He hasn't lost me yet. But for this coalition to stay together, we all, right, have to make our own call. You far lefties and you never Trumpers in with Biden, we all have to make our own call. I'll never vote for Trump, but if Joe Biden said we should repeal the Second Amendment, I'm gone. If Joe Biden said we need to revisit the First Amendment, I'm gone. If Joe Biden said, you know what, let people into this country illegally, I'm gone. If Joe Biden decided to raise taxes at an idiotic rate on the American people, I'd be gone. And if Joe Biden continues to separate himself from Israel, I'm gone. I'd be gone off of Biden, never ever going to Trump. And I know what the deal is. I know what the deal is. It's a binary choice. But there is a point where even if one candidate is unacceptable because he's unfit, if the other candidate is so bad on the stuff you believe in, he's crossed your red line, you won't vote for him. We all have our red lines. It sucks, but we all do. Every Democrat has their red line. Every centrist has their red line. Every leftist has their red line. And by the way, we've heard in the last few months plenty of leftists say they're not voting for Biden. I know this is a tough issue, this Israel issue, for Biden, because it divides the Democratic coalition. Half of the Democratic Party is anti-Israel. Most of the left is anti-Israel. I get it. But Biden would win this race hands down. Joe Biden would beat Donald Trump hands down if he stayed as strong with Israel now as he was in those first few weeks after October 7th. Most of America is pro-Israel. Damn near all of the center is pro-Israel. Joe Biden's losing the center. And if he keeps it up...
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.